radical transformation. Thank you.
Give it up, give it up, give it up! Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So, I want us to just quickly remember why we are here. We are here to celebrate our joy. We are here to celebrate our life. Because Black Lives Matter not only after they're gone. Please remember that. Please remember that Black Lives Matter not only when they're gone. Do y'all hear me? Are you sure? Beautiful. So this next poet I'm about to bring up, you saw her before, you already know her, you already love her. But this woman embodies self-care like nobody I know. And she led us through a breath exercise earlier. Y'all remember that? Yes! So on the count of 3, I want us to all just take a collective deep breath. And I want you to bring in that breath as deeply as your soul. Do you understand me? Okay, to the depths of this earth, you're gonna bring in that breath. And you're gonna hold it for 3 seconds. I'll count them off. So take your breath in slow, because I'm gonna make sure everybody can get all the way to the depths of the earth. Y'all understand? I'm just not sure you're with me. Can y'all talk to me? All right, cool. I wasn't sure. I'm nearsighted, so I couldn't see if you were there. All right. So we're gonna take that deep breath in. We're gonna hold it for 3 seconds. And once we let that out, we are going to scream our heads off for this next poet. Are y'all ready? All right, on the count of 3, we're breathing in. 1, 2, 3, breathe in slow, nice. Take it all in, take in your life, the fact that you can breathe, the fact that you are here and in rhythm, and hold 2, 3, and let it out for Talaya.
An honor to be brought up like that. Thank you so much, I'll say too. I appreciate you. Can you all hear me okay? The first time I saw myself as representation as a Black queer poet, I realized there are several versions of myself that have lost this battle, that we have died again and again from silence, from trauma, from people, from systems, from isms that did not hear us, did not see us, did not feel us. I know the knots in my throat need freeing, that I cannot spend time and energy harboring hate for myself because this silence, because there is silence, because there is trauma, because there is people, because there is systems, because there is isms waiting for me. In the words of Zora Neale Hurston, if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. The politics of suffering and silence and how the privilege gains control over the narrative to repeat and remain complicit. They ask us to be something other than human to deal with their human error, naming a Black death that birthed us, a Black poet that saved us, and home-cooked meals that fueled us. When they realize our DNA is dandelion helixing, sunbathing, cellular healing, and Lord rooting, they will scrabble over language for our liberation. Forget their role in genocide and call it trendy. To know your strength. I'm missing some things. I don't know what happened. To know your strength as medicine, and they see you as weed. Discover your magic and spend time with your lemons. Do not be scared to keep some of this goodness for you. I give you permission to name your pain and hold those accountable. I give you permission to name what feels good and be in more of that. To see yourself as healthy and whole. To trust your body to take what you need. To trust your breath as portal, as worship, as offering. To bring you to the edge and surrender. To see you and say you are worthy as praise, as manifestation. To love you home and return you whole, as deserving, as rooting for. To applaud your working heart and honor its ritual as ceremony. Thank you for having me.
All right, keep that applause going and make it way louder. I don't feel like that's proportionate. All right, and welcome up, Cisco the Nomad.
real. We gotta be out here celebrating, so I'm gonna take my time. You know, because I haven't heard anybody mention whose birthday it is today. What? What? We've been doing a lot of breathing recently. I came with a piece prepared, but I wanted to take a moment for Breonna Taylor. Can we please all bow our heads and close our eyes? Let's take a breath in and a breath out. And envision within ourselves, don't say it out loud, make a gift inside yourself. If you could send something to Breonna Taylor, what would it be right now? Would it be your motivation to stay with us for the rest of this fight until we see all the officers responsible for her death arrested? Because I'm not settling for a few arrests in Minnesota. So I want us all right now to hold our gifts to Breonna in our hearts and look up toward the skies and the heavens or wherever she may be and say thank you and happy birthday, Breonna Taylor. Thank you and happy birthday, Breonna Taylor. Say it louder, say thank you and happy birthday, Breonna Taylor. Thank y'all for joining me in that. Feedback on this motherfucker, ain't it? Right, you know. I got my thing on a piece of paper because I was born in 95. You know when the past was, right? When you would print stuff out like a MapQuest. If you don't remember MapQuest, we can't hang out. It's true, y'all. For real. All right, gang. A list of things I refuse to do. I refuse to relent. My fury runs too deep. I refuse to yield. My resolve is ancestral. My strength is beyond estimate. I refuse to hide my face, for I cannot betray my beauty, this blackness. My marrow, my blood cells, my light, my propulsion, my joy, my excellence, my talent, my rhyme, my words, my voice. This blackness, this excellent blackness. Our calloused palms pushing our backs up from below. We float, relentless as the tide. We are held only by the gentle pressure of the moonlight. The uniform-wearing stone knows nothing of conquering the sea, y'all. It wastes its time trying. This blackness, stretching equatorial hips, eroding cliffside mansions off of their foundations. I refuse to contain my rapture at their failure and collapse, y'all. I refuse to let my water be sold, to desalinate my tears. My sorrow is not potable. My lungs are furious. I will shatter your windows and flood your streets. I refuse to relent because my fury runs too deep. I refuse to yield because my resolve is ancestral, my strength infinite. I refuse to hide. I cannot betray my beauty, this blackness of mine. I got one more thing in mind, but I need everybody here to be with me, because if we're not, it doesn't work. So are you with me? Make noise. Good, get up on your feet, let's go. Everybody, let's get up on our feet. Together. We're gonna be making some music together right now. All of us. Everybody is a group, all right? So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach y'all the chorus. It's real easy. It goes like this. In a bold way, in a big way, in a bold way, in a big way, in a bold way. Say it in a big way. Say it in a bold way. Say it in a big way. Scream in a bold way. In a big way. Say it in a bold way. In a big way. Say it in a bold way. In a big way. All right. Now I need y'all to clap. 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 That works. Yes. Now, in a bold way. In a big way. In a bold way. In a big way. In a bold way. Keep that clap up. Keep that clap up. All right, here's the verse, y'all. I am pledging in this moment to fight For all my beautiful black siblings, I will put my voice and my body on the line. And y'all, I'm gonna do it in a bold way. In a big way, right? In a bold way. Hey, a big way, right? Let me hear you. Let me hear you. I said I hear you. In a big way, in a bold way. In a big way. In a bold way. In a big way. Look, in a bold way. In a big way. You see y'all? I will support the demilitarization, defunding, and dismantling of the police. The movement away from weapons and into education and community enrichment, y'all. And how am I going to do it? I'm going to do it in a bold way, in a big way, in a bold way. Sing it. In a big way. What? In a bold way. What? In a big way. Yes. In a bold way. One more verse, y'all. I will hold myself and my community accountable. We cannot grow without each other's support and love. I pledge to a deep togetherness, an infallible unity, a love deeper than all love, a black love. And I'm gonna do it in a bold way, in a big way. Sing. In a bold way. Yes. In a big way. Yes. In a bold way. Yes. In a big way. Sing. In a bold way. In a big way. In a bold way. In a big way. In a bold way. In a big way. I love you all so much. Thank you for being with me. My name is Cisco Nova. I'm definitely done, y'all. Come back.
In a bold way.
In a big way.
In a bold way. In a big way.
I just wanted to do that. I was a little jealous over there. Give it up one more time for Cisco the Nomad. All right, and please welcome up. She got a name that's just so goddamn black. Please welcome up Golden Hoops, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Hello to my black people. Hello to my black allies. Yes, breathe that in. All of the black people under my voice, breathe that in because that is healing. And the thing about healing is that when we heal one of us, we heal all of us. This is not just a healing of black people. This is a healing of humanity. And thank you for being a part of it. I know a lot of you are wondering about the truth behind my blackness. A lot of you already know the truth behind your own. The truth behind my blackness, I am not black at all. Why have you jaded my highly melanated tones? I am not black at all. My likeness is not that of a black hole. I am not a sly black cat with 9 lives. You shoot me once and you threaten my one life. You blacklisted me. Why must I be degraded for being highly melanated? I am looming light in chocolate compact form. No chip on my shoulder. That's your foot on my neck, Malcolm X. We radiate in an array from mulatto glow to chocolate hues and skin so deep, it's a visual representation of Nina singing the blues. You got all drunk and sedated off my highly melanated. I think you're addicted to my form. Well, where you at with the Black Lives Matter? I'm tired, let me mourn. Apparently all you see is blackballing and blackmail when you look at my non-black matter. I am not black at all. In my chest there is no black hole, there is no black heart, just black love. Love. And love your brother and sister. And let me tell you, we have a condition. We are in a state of conditioning. Let it be your purpose to uncondition yourself. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Golden Hoops. And she meant it with that name too. She came with the Golden Hoops and then the Golden Hoops around the speakers. Y'all didn't see that part, huh? No. Wait, one more time. Can you stand on them real quick? Just show them what the Golden Hoop means. You got to come from behind the table. You see what I'm talking about? Give it up. Give it up. That's a dedication to a name.
Hey, Golden, y'all.
Hey, Golden. Look, and there's a catchphrase. All that and all that. Give it up one more time. And please welcome up my brother. And one second though. I want to talk about the brothers in this community because y'all have held us down, for real. The rally that we threw on Monday, I saw there was one guy who stood up and said some stuff that we don't agree with. And I saw one dude who I have never met before go like this. And I was like, come here. You're our bodyguard. And I did not think about him after that point until I saw him just snatching people. Like at the crowd, like, no, we don't do that. No, we, like he was everywhere the whole 3-hour event. I had to tell him one time. And I want you to know that our black men, the ones who we roll with, the ones who align with our energy, they hold us down. When a black femme says move, they move. So please welcome up my black brother, Justin, y'all. All the way up. Clap like you mean it. Clap like Black Lives Matter.
Hello, everybody. I think this is the most people I've ever spoken in front of, so excuse me if I'm a little shaky. So right now, a couple of friends and I are working on a zine. We're trying to put together a thing just to really capture what it is that we're fighting for. Because sometimes I feel like I forget personally. Sometimes, because I'm a loner. I am very fine staying at the house, laying there, not coming out and not worrying about anything else. But I can't do that anymore. I have to come out here and I have to make things happen, and I realize that, and I'm trying my best to move forward in that purpose. And so, this is my submission for that zine, and I just hope if I just wanted to say, if anybody was interested in submitting, you can find me everywhere. Justy Robinson, Justy Robinson, like the bird. And this is an essay on a demonstration for Black Lives. Here's a list of facts about the May 28th protests. Demonstrators, which included people of all backgrounds, were shot with pepper balls directly, as well as around or near them. Around 6 bullets were shot towards demonstrators who lingered by the Capitol once the main group broke off. No one was reported injured, however. Despite several police blockades, the use of tear gas, pepper balls, pepper spray, and flashbangs, protesting persisted until 10 p.m., some even opting to camp out. Demonstrators were taunted by people as they marched through the city. Multiple people, a currently undisclosed number, were detained by officers throughout the demonstration. A man was shot with several pepper balls directly on his chest and stood firm in the faces of police. It shouldn't have come as a surprise, but the police of our city are no different than the police anywhere else. The response to people walking peacefully through the city was gunshots at the Capitol, tear gas, and flashbangs everywhere else, and blockades at each point, trying to stop us from walking onward. The thing pervasive to anyone paying attention in this: most cops may be good, or at least they may not be murderers at the very least. But if I see a bully, I must serve my community in revealing him to authorities or defending the bullied. Bystanding is the same as perpetrating. Just like how white silence is white violence. Don't let the minute difference fool you. Maybe even worse than bystanding. As we walked through the city streets, many couldn't help but heckle. Several people, usually white men strangely enough, had contrary things to say or do as we walked by. What stood out the most to me was how most came from people in their elevated apartment balconies, looking down on us, shrieking and laughing as if their deaths were amusing. It's certainly a curious thing, the lack of empathy people we may see every day choose to pay to us. Despite the police and the hard-hearted, however, we move forward effectively and in divine power. This fact is shown brilliantly in the most inspiring thing I saw that day. Imagine a black man standing resolute as policemen pelted him with pepper balls. He never moved to retaliate or fled out of fear or pain, simply standing in power like the avatar of a god. His stance said, "You cannot hurt me," and I know his detaining could not stop him. I think he might have been Kagutsuchi, born burning brighter than anything else. Thank you.
What did I say? Didn't he hold it down? Didn't he hold it down though? Wow. All right, so I want you to know something. I want you to pay attention. If you got a candle or saw who was walking through this crowd with a candle, you may have noticed that the organizers of this event are all black femmes. Hey. Did y'all not hear what I said? I said they're all black femmes. Because we recognize who has led these movements. Despite the versions of the stories that you've heard, black femmes have been running these movements. Despite the people who co-opt our movements for themselves and turn them into something they were never intended to be, black femmes created this movement. If you don't know that Black Lives Matter started by a group of black femmes and gender non-conforming people and trans women, then I don't quite know how you can say those three words and not be calling them to your mind. So recognize that we are here for black life, we are here for black femmes, and we're here for black women. Can you give it up one more time for that? And please keep that applause going for Olivia!
I'm here today. I was not going to speak, but I got asked by my people over here, so I had to. I couldn't let that down. So I'm going to read a few poems for you. And before I start, I want to say that the last couple weeks have been exhausting. Up at CU Boulder, we've been trying to work on defunding and divestment, and it's been a fight. So today we're here for joy, for healing, and so I want to center all of us and try and center myself. This one's called For Mothers Within. I recall the night I lay beneath the stars, no pollution convoluting the brilliance. And I am small. Of all the waters that flow from the energy of the moon, of all the stars that flicker only to burst after millions of light years, of all the blood that pumps in my veins from the lineage of my foremothers who dreamed and tilled beneath the same revolutions, upward I gaze and breathe softly. Here